Okay, sporty type 1 diabetics, you know you're a niche group, but this is for you. I'm going to talk about some advanced type 1 diabetic management techniques. My name's Roger. This is my 4th race in 5 weekends. The first 3 were each 100k, and last weekend was a break. So today and tomorrow, at least hopefully not too much tomorrow, be doing this 174k monster truck called the Great North Walk Hundreds, just north of Sydney in Australia. So the tip that seemed worth recording, even as I'm focused on getting to the next checkpoint, currently I'm at 38k's, checkpoint is 53k's, last one was 29k's, and the oh no diabetic drama incident was at about 30.5k's. So what has happened is my infusion set has sweated off, not once but twice, which is unusual. It's happened to me like maybe twice before, and usually after I've been running for like 15 plus hours. So for it to happen in the first 5 hours of the day twice is unusual and really annoying. So I'll show you what I'm doing so you can learn for yourself and maybe add this to your own experience set. So I'm just showing you quickly. The infusion set has sweated off. So you ask, how are you getting the insulin that you need to enable the glucose to cross the cell wall and take part as a fuel in the cellular processes that it supports? Well, I say, good question. What I've done, on the advice of Gary Shiner from Integrated Diabetes, and he's also the author of Think Like a Pancreas, ever since I've heard him speak, I carry, voila, old school needle, empty when you carry it empty. Don't carry insulin around with you, waiting to use it, because it will go off and then it just creates another kind of diabetic drama. So now I'm protecting that more or less with my life for the next 18k, which is going to take a while now. I'm just having to get my head and body back in the game. Now, the advanced thing that I've done is, yes, I have injected rapid-acting insulin into my system, and I know that that's going to be active for about 3 hours. Obviously, it's shaped like a brontosaurus, very busy in the middle, not much happening at each end. I'm keeping an eye on my sugars, both through my glucose meter and through my Dexcom 4. Now, just because my insulin pump is not my friend right now, I'm letting it continue to think that it's doing a good job delivering basal. But importantly, I'm also using that needle. I've extracted 5 units by taking the cartridge out. So I've extracted 5 units of insulin. I've injected 1 and a bit of those just to keep me functioning. And what I've then done, with the insulin pump not connected to my body, obviously, not by choice, I have told it that I am delivering 1.2 units. Because, let's face it, I got runner brain right now. I was just running along with my headphones in backwards, wondering why they sounded so bad. Seriously. So, I'm not going to remember how much insulin I've taken and when, but the pump is remembering it for me. Even though the pump I'm squirting, like the insulin I'm squirting out of the pump, isn't actually squirting into my body. It's just working as a digital diary of the insulin that I am injecting. And that's a trick that I learnt from Sebastian Sasseville, who I believe was the first and only type 1, not sure about only, but I think only, first and only type 1 diabetic to get to the top of Everest. He's an Ironman and ran across the desert with him. He's an excellent guy. So there you go. You got to integrate your experience, what you learn from other people, and then when you think it's something particularly useful and potentially life-saving, you got to share it with others. So I'm going to get to the next checkpoint and staple an infusion set to myself. So this hopefully doesn't happen again today. check out Type1Ultra if you haven't already.